Every time you invest a lot of currency in your maps, you feel hopeful to get the investment back and drop a good apothecary card. Sadly, for some players that is just a dream, before you wake up and just realize how empty your currency tab really is. In today's video, I'm going to reveal my most consistent farming strategy to make profit almost every map you run, no matter how bad your RNG is. The main point of this mapping strategy is very simple. We want to put inside our maps league encounters with deterministic rewards. First of all, we want Blight. This mechanic provides very consistent rewards because every time you complete a Blight encounter, you always get access to valuable chests that can contain oils, blighted maps that are all easy to resell in bulk for pretty good profit. Second, we want Essence. Now, Essence are great money makers and always in high demand, especially when you go further into a league when crafters try to create the perfect items. Next on the list we have Harbingers. They provide a decent amount of ancient and annulment orbs, and sometimes you just get lucky and drop some juicy fracturing shards. Now, the last league mechanics can be either Breach or Legion. Chayula splinters can be farmed consistently, and even if Breachstones are not very expensive nowadays, they are still about 1 divine to 4 Breachstones, which is pretty decent. They are easy to farm, easy to resell. I honestly think Breach is pretty underrated right now, especially because players got a bit disappointed by their work. But if you really don't like Breach, you can go with Legion, which can provide a lot of stacked decks and some minor profit with emblems. Keep in mind though that Market's emblems are very cheap right now, but this may totally change in the future. Mechanics that you really don't want inside your maps are Abyss, Strongboxes, because they are just spawning a lot of monsters, which is only really useful if you're going for divination cards or uniques. You also don't want Delirium or Beyond. Those only make sense if you're juicing your maps a lot. Our objective is not to juice, it is to play the league mechanics for the specific league reward. So speaking about Sextants, we want an additional breach or 2 additional breaches with the elevated variant, which may not be worth it. Then we got breaches in your maps belong to Chayula, and the Harbinger Sextant, which is very good because it adds 1 additional Harbinger, and all of the Harbingers in your map will drop more and better currency shards. Then you got oils found in your maps are 1 tier higher. This is for Blight obviously, and this is great because you will get a lot of silver and golden oil with this sextant. If you don't like breaches, you might consider adding an additional Legion encounter, and splinters and emblems dropped by Legion monsters are duplicated. This is honestly not really worth right now because emblems are worthless, but if for any reason at all they become more expensive, you can switch Breach with Legion and add this sextant. Finally, for Scarab, Gilded Breach is my favorite choice because of the powerful mod Breach Hands in area drop double Breach Splinters, which is not inside the polished Breach Scarab. Winged Breach isn't really worth because it only adds 1 additional breach and it isn't really worth the extra currency. Gilded Blight is also my choice because it has 50% chance for Blight chests to contain an additional reward, which is missing from the polished variant. The winged variant only adds lanes of Blight encounters in areas have an additional reward chest, which doesn't really seem that great, to be honest. If price is low enough, give it a try though. Gilded Harbinger seems the best compromise. Winged Harbinger is just too expensive because many farming builds use that with Magic Find or Party Play. Gilded Divination and Gilded Reliquary can be nice 4th slot if you're running a Magic Find build or if you're simply mapping inside Cemetery map or Crimson Temple. The Legion Scarabs are only worth if you really dislike breaches or if for any reason the emblem prices are rising. The map layout depends on the best league mechanics you are farming. So let's say Blight is the most profitable, you want to play Toxic Sewer, because in close maps, Blight is more profitable. What happens is that Blight will always spawn the same amount of chests, but those chests will belong to different routes, different lanes. So different lanes of Blight have different chance to get you a certain reward, but there is only one rule, which would be one of the route always has to be blight chests, which contain oils and blighted maps. So if you have less routes, like it happens in closed layouts, it means you're gonna get more chests for blight rewards. Instead, if you're playing an open map such as Cemetery, you can have like 5, 6 different routes, and only 1 or 2 of them will have the Blight chest rewards. And that means you're getting less chests of the type overall. Now, this is a bit complicated, but I hope you got the idea. Cemetery map instead is very good if Breach is your most profitable mechanic, because Breach excels in open layouts. City Square is also decent for Breach, but it is the best for Harbingers, because you got 3 unique bosses which drop currency splinters. Also, City Square is great for Essence because the map is very small and very easy to navigate. If you really want to maximize the number of league mechanics you are encountering, you can also use key wrecking places, such as area contains 3 additional essences, 3 additional breaches, or 3 additional harbingers. As for the monster influence, we want Searing Exarch, and we also allocate all of the Atlas passive tree, small and big notables. As always, I included all of the stuff you need to know inside my Magic Find Academy strategy guide, and if you go to the farming strategy page and scroll down, you'll find the actual strategy we spoke about today. I included the 2 Atlas passive trees, one for the Bridge variant, one for the Legion variant, as long as the costs for every component you need to get started. And I calculated the profitability out of 20 maps. Every map is very fast to run, about 8 minutes. And I only considered Chayula's Bridgestones, the stuff from Harbinger, Essences, and the highest tier oils, which would be Golden Oil, Silver Oil, and Oil Extractor. All the other oils, I upgrade them up to Silver or Golden. I also included stacked decks because they drop a lot from Blight. I didn't include the profit from Eldritch Altars, and that's because that's a bit hard to track. As for the profitability, we have 5 divines per hour in standard and about 2.8 divines per hour in league. Now, while these values may seem a bit low, in reality, these are going to be much higher, and that's because whenever you sell essences or blighted maps in bulk, you're gonna get much more currency. I think that this value is a severe underestimation, and that you should expect something more like 10 divines per hour in standard and about 6 divines per hour in league. In conclusion, this strategy has it all. It is consistently profitable, it is flexible, doesn't require magic find, and to be honest, it is just a lot of fun. And if you like this video, please remember to subscribe. It really helps the channel. A big thank you to all of my supporters, especially the Magic Find Academy officers, which really helped me a lot in managing the Magic Find Academy Discord. Link in the description below. I hope to see you again in the next video.